Hello everyone. In the previous video we discussed about how we can implement these toggle buttons, and now in this video we are going to implement this button bar, which I named it button bar button. So here on the right, this part is a button, and on the left we are displaying the egg boiling time. So, and as you can see, if I change this configuration, this time also is going to be changed with an animation, as you can see. Perfect. So first of all, let me start with explaining what I have done so far. Let me go to the view model. So I've added this function, which is update boiling time, to the view model. So whenever we change any of these configuration, we need to update the calculated boiling time. So how we can do that, I've added this function, and after any changes, after any presses on any of these buttons, we are going to call update boiling button. And here of the main thread, we get all the details that we want, and we use boiling time calc use case to calculate this. Let me go to the boiling time calc use case. So here it is the magic, and it can according to what we pass, for example the size and the egg temperature, boil type, which is this one, and with egg count, which is this one, we calculate how long it needs to be, the egg needs to be in a boiling pot. And so at first I thought that it's gonna be such an easy thing to do, and I started to ask Gemini, ChatGPT, whatever that you think of. So I asked them, how can I do this, and give me an algorithm to do this, and they gave me many different algorithms, which none of them work as expected, because the parameters that I have, they didn't have. And many of them also it didn't work. For example, if you run the algorithm, it would pass you the 0, which I tried to resolve but I couldn't. So what I did at the end is this. So I just searched with the current calculator, or with the documents, for example, how long it's going to take to boil an egg to have like a soft yolk after. So I searched and I ended up with this algorithm by myself. So what am I doing here? So we have a base time. Base time is when we have room temperature, the minimum, like the least amount of time that's gonna take to boil the egg. So for example, we have a room temperature, Smuggles egg size, 1 egg, and boil type is also soft. In this case we need 210 seconds, or 3 minutes and 45 seconds to have this egg. I started with this, then according to my observation that I did on the documents and other calculator, I came up with these numbers. For example, if you change the size, it's gonna change the time by 25 seconds. For example, if I change from the small to medium, we will add up 25 seconds, and it becomes like a 4 minutes and 10, right? Yes. For the temperature factor also, it is very important. For example, if we just took out the egg from the fridge, the temperature of the egg is like a 4 degree, which is like very less. That's why it's gonna affect the boiling time by 50 seconds, as you can see. Oh, okay, so as we can see here, and yolk factor is also very important when we change the for example, if we want the soft one, it's gonna be quick, otherwise it's gonna add up about 1 minute. I mean exactly 1 minute, or 60 seconds, as you can see. Let me see, 435, 530, yeah, exactly. So I've added them all as a factor, and I just try to sum up and see how long it's gonna take for our egg to be in a way that we want. Okay, let's start with implementing this button bar, which I named it button bar button. Since I'm not going to use this component in any other screens, I'm going to add this component here, and I'm gonna name it components as in a package, and let's create a file. I'm gonna name it button bar button. We can button bar calc button or button bar. Okay, so anyway, let's stick with button bar button for sure, because Jamie later, but I don't have any better name for now. So let's go here, let's have a composable, and okay, so what we are going to have is we're going to have a box. So first of all, we are going to implement all the components that we need, then after that we're gonna implement the animation. So we want to have a box, and this box should have modifier fill max. We want to fill the whole width of the device, and we want to align all the text to be in center. Right, perfect. Let me see if there, yeah. Let me also import this modifier. Fill max. Also import this one. Let's also import this one. Okay. So after that, what we need is to have a row layout here to put them. So for example, there's gonna be one component, one row would be this, one column would be this, another column would be the button. So I will continue with the row, and now it's gonna be a little bit tricky. Okay, what do we need to have here? So we are going to have it be same as what we did for the other button or previous button tutorial button. We want it to add max to be 350 dp. Okay, and padding, we want it to be diamonds dot padding normal, and we want to also clip it to shapes that we have and make it large to have a rounded corners. And what else? Fill max width, and background we want to have, definitely it's gonna be, so the background definitely will be white, right? And again, another padding. So the first one is outer padding, this one is inside padding. If I call them correctly, padding large, and yep, that's it for now. Let me do one thing to see what we are working on. Let me just add a pre-composable preview, right? Let's also import the preview, and exactly what we need. And also we have to wrap it with the egg master theme and button bar. Perfect. And button bar should what we need to pass is the state, right? We need to pass the state. See, let me put it in state, UI state that we are using also everywhere else. And here I'm going to pass the state, which gonna be the default state, as you can see. So let's see, let me try to build the project. Now we should have empty box. Yep, perfect, exactly what we wanted. Right, so we are going to align the content of this row, which is gonna be arrangement to be space between, so they're gonna stick to the end. Arrangement, am I doing something wrong? No. Horizontal arrangement, but how come? Okay, let me add vertical arrangement, vertical alignment should be here, alignment, and also alignment center. I don't know. Shipment, yes. Space between. Now it works. I didn't get exactly what is the problem, but anyway, let's continue. Okay, so let's have a column to put here. We need a column to have estimated boil type as a label and the timer, right? So we need to have two texts here. The first text is gonna be estimated, right? Boiled time. Perfect. Style gonna be material, theme, the typography, that body. I'm going to use body large, that copy, and we need to do some modification to the color, because according to our design the color is a little bit different than what we have here. Material, theme, then let's go color schema, surface color, and I'm going to add like a 60% alpha to our surface color. So same, the style would be body large, but the color would be the surface what we have with 60% of the alpha. Yep, that's it. I'm not going to add anything like maximum or minimum, but let me add, since we are here, let's add max lines, and if it is not overflow, if it's not going to be, if we don't have enough room, we want to add 3 points at the end. Let's continue with the text, and for this one we are going to have the text, right, and it's going to be this time with the minute that we have. And so here I'm going to use one text, but the thing is that it's gonna have two different styles. To do so, let me remove this part and come to the top of the function that we have. I'm going to define a variable which would be time text build annotate the string, right? At first I want to append animated, so it's gonna be like a 12 property, it's gonna be annotated, but for now we don't have that. And now we're going to change the style. So the default style would for the text box would be for the time, and for the style or for the min or minute, we are going to just change the style. The style that I'm going to use is style, right? Span style, right? When font weight, so the whatever we are using, we are going to just change it a little bit here. Font weight normal, and we are going to have font size, it's going to be 18 sp, and color, it's gonna be material theme dot color schema dot surface, the same color that we use for the label. But let me quickly double check the color to make sure it is the right one. Okay, yes, it looks like it is the correct one. We can change it later if anything goes wrong, of course, as well. Let me go here and append mean, right? Mean as a minute. So we do have our time text, which is annotated string. The type is annotated string. Now we are going to reuse this in the text that we have. Text gonna be it. Also, we can directly use it in the text component without any changes. The style would be material theme dot typography dot headlights, I guess, yes, headline as a large, not headlight, that copy, and color would be material theme dot color schema dot primary, oh sorry, dot primary, right? Font weight would be this also. It's going to be a bold one, as you can see. It is exactly what we need. Now it's the time to work on the button with the arrow. Okay, we have this. So this column is done. We don't need to do anything here. So we are going to add this button as a child of this row layout, right? So it's going to be another box, modifier, again, size of it is going to be 50 exactly. Clip it as circle shape. Background should be definitely not white. We have to use the I guess primary color. Yes. Oh, let me double check this color. I'm not 100% sure. Is it like a primary color or something else? Okay, it looks like it is surface. So whatever we are using for the background of the whole screen, we are going to use it for this button also, according to the design that we have. I'm not sure if it is like a right thing to do or not, but this is a design that we have. Anyway, let's continue, and this is going to be clickable for later. When we click, we are going to the next screen, which we are going to display a timer until the egg is ready. Egg or eggs is or are ready, right? So now we have this, and now we need to have icon image vector. I'm going to reuse the icons which are in material design, arrow forward, and content, okay, or next. Yeah, I'm happy with next. And the tint color would be tint colored white. I'm not going to use any material color schema here. Oopsie. And we can see there is a problem. We need to align this child and have it in the center of the components. Yeah, perfect. So this is a design, and we can we can also add it to the screen that we have, which is egg boil details screen. I've just okay, here I'm going to have a boiling, so bottom bar boiling, or let me do one thing, but let me also pass the state, and let me quickly rename this compose component name bottom bar, or it's gonna be better if it is boiling time bottom bar. Yes, we also want to rename the file name, and now we do have it here in the screen. But currently, if let's just rerun the application and see if it is working fine or not. It should be right now without any animation, which for sure we're gonna change that button, but later. Let's go here. If I change these, nothing. Oh, I think no, I'm passing this. I do have the state. Okay, I didn't add it here. Okay, for that, let me do it later. And just one thing, I have added also time formatter, so it gets the time in seconds, and it will format it in a way that we want. Let me quickly, use it. Egg details dot boiling time dot, I guess it is format seconds 2 minutes, right? Let me quickly check this out. Let's start. So next start. If I change this, yes, it is working. It is working fine, but what we need is an animation to make it quicker and faster. Okay, let me grab a tea, and I will come back to you in a second. Let's continue on adding the animation. Adding the animation is the easiest part. Why? Because we are using this. We're using this way to animate components a lot, at least in this application. Okay, let's start with animated seconds, and it's going to be by animate int as state. We are going to use animate integer as state. Perfect. And the target value would be state dot egg details. The target value is the value that we want to have as the calculated time. So for example, at first it's gonna be 1 minute, then when we change the boiling time, the target will be changed also. So we're gonna go from the previous boiling time to the new boiling time, right? Animation spec would be tween. Okay, I have to import, and animation state duration tween would be duration would be 2 seconds, and it's gonna be duration of the, I mean, yes, that for sure this is the duration of the animation. What else can be? So we don't need to add the comment. And easing would be, we want the seconds go, or the time go fast, then it at the end it goes slow. So we use fast out, slow in, right? Pretty much what we need. And here for sure we need to add a label here, and the label for this would be time animation, nothing fancy. Oopsie. Okay, so we have this, and if we reuse this animated seconds, it should work as expected. Let's quickly double check. Let's start. Next. Yes, as you can see, it goes fast at first, then at the end it becomes very slow. See, 35, 30. See, perfect. Thank you so much for watching. In the next video, we are going to work on the last screen, which gonna be the timer. And yeah, that's it. And after that, so we will have like how we can upload it to the Play Store. So maybe we can have like other videos about how it's going, how many people are downloading this application after, and also we can see if there is any bug, how we can fix it. And also we're gonna start another application. If you have any idea to implement, we can do it in this channel. Thank you so much everyone. See you in the next video. Hopefully it's gonna be next week, not late anymore. Thank you so much.